Follow along with this beginner-friendly illustration tutorial, these cute doodles that celebrate cempazúchitl and Dia de los Muertos. Hey, welcome back. My name is Shayda Campbell, and on this channel we make art together and it's fun, not scary. Today's project is a watercolor and ink illustration or little doodles celebrating Day of the Dead or Dia de los Muertos. So let's jump right in with supplies. I'm working in a watercolor sketchbook from Strathmore for a 140-pound cold-pressed paper. I have a pencil and eraser, a fine liner. This is the mulatto black liner. That's what we'll use to begin as we create our pen and ink doodles, and then we'll finish those drawings with watercolor, and you need one tube of paint, something like black or Payne's gray, and a small paintbrush. So Day of the Dead is a traditional holiday celebrated largely in Mexico at the beginning of November, and it's all about honoring our friends and family that have passed on and telling funny stories about them and giving little gifts. As my channel is all about celebrating, whether it's a holiday or just the change of the season, this year I'm aiming to include some holidays that I actually don't celebrate. So if you have a holiday that you would like to see included in my artwork, whether we do a greeting card or just some doodles or painting, please comment below and let me know what you'd like to see. For our Day of the Dead illustrations, we'll be doodling these elaborately decorated skulls, other Mexican imagery like little cactuses and flowers, especially the Aztec Marigold or cempazúchitl, which is a flower that's strongly associated with this holiday, and there's a beautiful legend that goes along with it, actually, all about some star-crossed doomed lovers. Look it up on Wikipedia. Anywho, let's get on with our doodles. For this skull, I'm going to go over everything in pen so you'll see me do it, but I started by just sketching the shape of the skull, adding the kind of elaborate decorated face, and then we put a flower crown on top. Let's really start off together with the cempasúchil or the marigold. So start by drawing a circle. That's how large the flower will be, and then you're going to place 2 circles inside. That's the guide for your petals. Now, beginning with that small circle, you're going to put 4 little petals that kind of have a ruffled edge. Then you're going to go around and use the next line as your guide to fill in another circle of petals. And finally, you're going to do the whole thing again. And you have this nice, big, fluffy marigold flower with tightly packed, ruffled little petals. You can place a curving stem and maybe 2 shaggy leaves. And then you're going to finish off the entire thing by putting kind of a ruffled border to show that there are, in fact, more petals there, a little bit of line shading, and that's it. It's a complex, beautifully detailed flower, but it's not hard to draw. Okay, let's take our mulatto black liner and we'll go over the first 2 doodles. Remember, all the supplies are linked in the video description. So I've actually placed a little cute marigold in the flower crown here, and I'm doing the illustration the exact same way. It's just a little smaller, a little messier, a little sillier. For roses, I'll do a simple spiral. I'm placing lots of leaves around all the flowers, and the leaves get smaller as I get out towards the edges of the flower crown. It's just a nice way for me to frame the flowers really beautifully and kind of make a large flower crown that looks detailed without really doing too much. For the skull, we're placing 2 large circles for the eyes. You're going to go around and add some little scalloped edges there. And then for the nose, we're doing an upside down heart shape. Place some teeth. And after the teeth, you really just want to add details and little illustrations on the skull. Think dots, lines, hearts, flowers, that sort of thing. Have fun with it. Color in some of those leaves on the flower crown, just adds that nice bit of contrast. And make her cute. Remember, this is typically a lighthearted holiday where people celebrate by remembering the funny stories and happy times of those that have passed on. Let's do a recap of the marigold. The Aztec Marigold starts with those 4 little petals in the center. They're ruffled on the edges. Then another circle of petals, and yet another. You're just going to go around and around, and when you draw with the pen, you might add some random little petals that are kind of tucked in between some of the others if you have a space. Finish it with a bit of line shading at the base of each or just some of the petals, and then I like to darken the stem and the leaves just to help differentiate between what is leaf and what is flower, and that's all there is to it. Let's try drawing another skull together. I start with that circle, and then I kind of add a little rectangle shape at the bottom where the teeth will be. This one has heart-shaped eyes, but still has the upside-down heart for the nose. And then I kind of did some indents to indicate the teeth there right at the bottom. You can color everything in, like the eyes and nose, when you go over it with fine liner. And it can really be that simple. If you like, add dots and squiggles or some other decorations. What's next? Let's do another skull together. This is a predominant symbol of the traditional holiday. Start with that circular shape and then the little rounded rectangle at the bottom. We'll do 2 large circles for the eyes, and I'm going to draw flowers inside of the eye area. Upside down heart again for the nose. We'll doodle in some cute little teeth, and then we can decorate, so little squigglies and wigglies and whatnot. Here's a simple cactus illustration. You're going to start with basically a T shape, but it's a little more fluid. And then that's your guide. From there, you'll go around and make the cactus shape, which is this T, but it's all sort of funny and bulbous. We'll place some sketchy lines. And then I like to do little X's along those lines to indicate the spikes. It's a really simple way to draw a cute cactus. Cool, I'm going to keep on keeping on with my fine liner. This black liner from Mulatto has archival ink and it is waterproof, so I will actually be able to add a wet medium watercolor paint to my doodles afterwards. And adding watercolor to pen, it's such a great illustrative technique. I think you're really gonna like how this turns out. It's simple and super effective. It just gives this wonderful storybook sort of quality. I did some really cute little hearts there, and that's pretty much it for my illustrations. Now what I want to do is add a title to my little sketchbook piece, and we're going to write Dia de los Muertos. And what I'm doing is called my double line hand lettering. So all I do is a simple print. It's usually a mix of upper and lower case letters, and I just go over every letter twice. It's a really great way to make your print or your lettering look good, and it looks a little funky and weird at the same time. I'm going to erase all of my pencil lines, clean up the entire illustration, and there she is, a really fun little doodle page that's all ready for me to add a wet medium, in this case watercolor paint, and the single color that I'm using is Payne's Gray, although black would work equally well. So grab a little palette, a glass of clean water, and paper towel for blotting your brush. Put the watercolor paint on the palette there, and then we'll take that water and we'll wet the paint. It's sort of the consistency of toothpaste out of the tube, and you want to get it nice and watery, and add more water to get a really, really light gray, and a little less water to get that dark gray or black if you're using black. Now I'm starting by taking a very light gray just on the tip of my brush. I don't want too much paint on there. Don't forget to blot. And we're just going to add a little bit of shading to the left-hand side of that skull down at the bottom. From there, to color in the marigold leaves, I'm using like a slightly darker paint. So this is the Payne's Gray with a little less water mixed in. It's amazing what you can do with a single tube of paint. Simply by adding more or less water, you can get all these shades of one single color or non-color, as the case may be. I'm using my gray here. So I've done a really lightly colored marigold and a light cactus, but the leaves are a little darker, and I can add a little bit of shading to the left-hand side of the cactus, or like I'm doing on the left-hand side of the skull. As the artist, you choose where your light source is. So I'm pretending, or I've chosen, that the sun is coming from the right-hand side. So all of these illustrations, they're going to have a little bit more shading on the left. So I'll add a little gray to the left-hand side of the skull, and the cactus, it's a little darker on the left. Making little choices like that just really brings your illustration to life. I'm also adding contrast by darkening the leaves in the flower crown, and I've added shading and a little bit of gray to the eyes of the skulls, and just having fun really with this. I think you can see a little bit of paint. It really makes your doodles pop. It makes them look so wonderfully illustrative and graphic, and I hope you'll give this a try. That's it for our Day of the Dead and Aztec Marigold doodles. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It means so much that you're helping me get to 1 million subscribers. See you soon.